Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share, as it makes a huge difference in reaching people and having fun and growing this great community of golf and all that. So I wanted to kind of get into today, what we're going to talk about is the takeaway, and there's about 3 things that goes wrong in your golf swing right off the bat, and we're going to go and talk about faults and fixes. All right, so whether you're new to the channel or been here for a while, I have put a ton of time and videos into playlists for you guys. So I'd highly recommend you go into the playlist section first that talks about your lead leg if you're dominant, middle, or trail. So therefore all the videos would coincide, because I do not teach the same thing to every person, because everybody is totally different, and if everybody swung the same, then everybody would swing the same on tour or in your amateur tours or things of that nature. If after watching this video that you like it and you're like, oh, I really would like to work with me one-on-one, I have a website at rkswingking.com where I do Zoom lessons for personalized one-on-one that I teach people all over the world. And I also have a membership site that is very cost effective, where you send me a couple of videos a week. I look at your golf swing, I see what you're doing, I make a voiceover for you and a personal video after that. So you want to check that out. Also, I think the buttons are down below the video as well from there. So let's get into today's lesson, which is talking about the takeaway and a little bit about how the hands hang, because 99% of the problems that I see of golf swings, and I've taught so many lessons, comes from grip, posture, not getting in the right posture, and not starting the takeaway off correctly. All right, so let's get into it. So the hands hang just in front of your shoulders, and this is called internal rotation of your shoulder, and this is external. So your shoulder blades internal and internal. The reason why I want to talk about that is because there's been several cases where people are in external rotation when they get their golf grip, and they think that their hand is like this. And I think now Adam Scott, who's a great player and has figured out a way to get his grip, screwed up a lot of people because they get this golf grip out here, but some of these people are in external rotation. And so they're getting their grip and then they're bringing it out in front, and it's not in the same place that he is. He is obviously going to be from here internally rotated, and then the hand gets on the grip and then he brings that in front. So your hands and arms have to be hanging kind of like, I used to call it like a snuffleupagus, you know, like the trail, the tail, you know, elephant's trunk, right? Because that also makes the elbow joints bend softly from side to side. And if you watch my hands, you'll see how the left hand automatically starts to make a quarter roll and the right hand hinges back, and that's what happens in a correct golf swing when the arms are hanging correctly. So you'll get your grip and you'll practice just squeezing the first 3 fingers up and then bringing them out in front of you and then looking at them, and you'll see that. Also on the playlist, and I'm not going to go into detail, great detail about the grip, because I have done that extensively. So on that playlist there is a ton about hand and arm action and grip, so I don't want to waste your time on that, okay? So once you have your hands and grip correct, anatomically correct for you, where the golf club can cock up and down, which it goes right over your shoulder like so, then you know that you're in the right spot. If you grip the club slightly twisted, then try to then make the golf club go over your shoulder, you'll see that your elbow angle changes. Now this, I think, is really good for you guys to do in front of a mirror and check. You guys know I don't like the driving range if you've been here before. I think the driving range is good for you to see the results from what you're working on, but get in front of a mirror to change your motion and to relay the myelin of the brain of the golf swing. All right, so if your grip is turned to the left too much and the right hand under, and you try to cock the club up over your shoulder, you'll see that your elbow angle goes out. And so if you did that and then turned your body to the side, that's what your golf club would look like. So that's why when that's called laid off or bowed wrist. And so if you have a bowed wrist like this, that's what it's going to look like at the top. So just like if I go super, super strong here and cupped, and I get my hand to go over my shoulder like this, and then I bring this out, you'll see that I'm cupped here. See? So I imagine you've probably never seen that before. So when you have a perfect grip, anatomically correct, it doesn't have to have manipulations, which is what I'm really trying to help teach people to do, is take the golf club and put it right over your shoulder, turn the body to the side, extend the arms, and now that would be a correct position there. That is bowed and laid off. That is not a square face. That's what people think that they're supposed to do. That is cupped, and that is neutral. So neutral has a slight little give because you want the weight to be on the top of the thumb here underneath the golf club. Okay, so practice that as a fundamental. As I'm talking about this, you'll see my golf club is always in the middle of my body because that's the only place to make a true circle and be in perfect balance. If you put the shaft and arm out here in front like this, like I've talked about before, and now try to cock this up over your shoulder, you'll see that you're in a totally different position. And when you turn your body to the side, it'll be behind you over here, which is what people do. So you see how these all match up? All right, so now we're gonna get into it. So we got the grip. So what's the first thing that happens? Is every single time every golf pro has some little move and shift this way. So all you have to do is move one little bit of motion, just the teeniest bit, a little bit of pressure into the left foot. That is up to you on how you like to feel it. Some will feel that they'll push their left knee down. Some will feel they roll their right foot in or kick their knee in. Depends on your particular style and foot. But make sure that you do not open your pelvis with it. If you do, you're gonna have to make compensations. Okay, there are some golf pros that do that. They make compensations for it. Okay, so you just have a little mini micro move forward. So you wouldn't think that much would go wrong with this, but much does and can go wrong. First thing would be pressing the hands forward. Even though you have an anatomically correct grip, if you push your hands forward, you are changing the wrist bone angle and you will not be able to take the golf club back in what I would call a shift that happens first. The arms follow that, and the body and the hands and arms will move together and put weight into the right leg. When you do this, this is something that you can practice, perfect. Just like that, you'll see that my hand and arm angle and body is all one loaded into my right leg. Another thing that can go wrong, twisting the body first. If you twist the body first, you will have a reverse pivot. You will see telltale signs in front of a mirror. You can put like a piece of tape here and here, and you'll see that it goes away from your body like so, and you will see that the knee goes down. I look heavily at footwork every golf lesson I give and how the lower body is supposed to move. This knee going down is a dead giveaway right off the bat that the weight is all here on your lead leg and not into your trail leg. Every golfer, no matter if you're lead leg or not, doesn't matter, you still have to press from the left into the right. You have to have the shift, and the golf club will just follow like so. So next little part, locking the left arm and extending the arm from the body too much will put the golf club, and your body will have to counterbalance with your posture. So when you do that, reaching for the ball is a no-no, because now both arms are stiff, and now you can't have really any softness and wrist cock. And then also, and a lot of people don't know this, that when you come back into the ball, the elbow is bent here and then it straightens by centrifugal force. So if it is already straight and locked, then you will push the club through and you will lose a lot of speed. All right? So posture-wise, and I'll get this way for you to see it, because again, I want you guys to do this in front of a mirror. So I'm giving you stuff to work on and then go to the range and see the success. Put a golf club behind your shoulder blade. Have it hang just with the fingers. And you'll see that this shaft goes right across the top of my knee, and it would go right into the ball with my foot. Also, my spine is at 12 o'clock or so, and it's about 1 o'clock, which makes my pelvis work about 30 degrees to my spine. So if I do that and my arms hang, now I'm in pretty good business to be able to move correctly into the leg. If you are reaching badly for this, it will be very easy to try to get back into posture, so you will change your head and posture body will go away. If you are too close like this and knees bent too much and you try to take it away, you'll have excess knee action, okay? These are all little things that you have to look at. Now, last little one is trying to take the golf club away with no movement. No ignition, no movement this way whatsoever. Okay, so that means that you're just gonna go like this. And the legs are dead and you've got nothing left to go with, just like that. And so you'll have nothing to hit with, and so the weight will push you eventually, and it'll push you left and back right, and you're gonna hit horrid shots, you know, skies, tops, weight's gonna go back to your back foot. Right, just like that. And then starting the golf swing with just hand action, but without the body responding, is really your kind of bonus last one there. So if I just move my hands like so, it looks like my weight is moving. I still have to have that little ignition going left, even if I want to feel like I start the golf swing with hands, which some do, because if you're really locked out and you never felt your hands and try to feel the weight of the club, I'll let you try to feel the weight of the club, and how I do that is I make sure that you're pushing the weight just a little bit into the lead leg, and then you'll see it go into your right. So as you go from there, now you'll see, and this is your checkpoint, okay? You'll go right to where you're on your toe line, and you can literally turn and face the golf club, and you'll be in the same position that you were at address. Your forearms and your chest and your shift all move together, and this will make the forearm look like, and it does rotate with your chest. If your forearm does not rotate and you take the club back, you'll see, and some people teach this, that the club face now matches your spine, okay? Well, but that's because your forearm didn't rotate. So the forearm rotates naturally with the body to the side. All right, I hope that helps. Something super simple. We're just gonna kind of go in on these next little series, each little phase and what can and will go wrong and what it does to what you need to do to correct it. All right, again, everybody like, subscribe, and share. Thanks so much for all the support. It's been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm looking forward to reaching so many more people. All right, everybody have a great day.